Militarily Speaking, episode 56, Inspire Up Foundation.
This episode, we talk with Jessica Manfre and Brittany Raines with Inspire Up Foundation.
Welcome to Militarily Speaking, brought to you by Armed Forces Bank. This is Tom McLean and Jodi Vickery. I'm the regional military executive for Armed Forces Bank, and Jodi is I'm going to call it, for the first time ever, right? Executive Vice President, Director of Consumer Banking. Am I close?
Right. That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
Official title change for her, so I want to make sure I got it right. Okay?
We can just say we'll work for food.
Well,
right? That would be fine too.
Which you do every day anyway.
Yeah. So again, welcome to our show. We're excited to have you listening and learning about our guests, Jessica and Brittany with Inspire Up Foundation. I do want to take just a minute and introduce our audience to y'all. So not new information for you, but new for them. Do you want to do both?
You want to take care of both?
I don't.
Unless you need a break.
I don't mind.
Because they've got a lot to say about themselves.
They
I
do.
know.
They do.
Oh, go ahead. I'll add a little bit of color to it.
I can only imagine what you would write for your own intro about you.
Oh, it would be one line.
It'd be like a 3-day podcast. I think I'm okay. Let's see. Jessica Manfre is a published author, therapist, and licensed social worker, earning her Master of Social Work degree from the University of Central Florida in 2020. She also holds a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and she's the co-founder and CFO of Inspire Up, a 501c3 nonprofit promoting global generosity and kindness through education, empowerment, and community building. She's the spouse of an active duty Coast Guardsman and mother of 2. Thank you for your service.
Yes.
A little bit in advance of Military Spouse Appreciation Day, but thank you.
You're going to like this last sentence about her.
I think we could be best friends. So when she isn't working, you can find her reading a good book and drinking too much coffee. So coffee is my jam.
Issue.
Yes. Well, It's not an issue. Well, it's my forte. Yes. So yes, I think we might be spirit connected somehow on the coffee topic.
Don't talk about Brittany yet. I have one thing to talk about with Jessica. Is that okay?
Sure.
So Jessica, I just came back from Florida. I went to my daughter's graduation, Master of Social Work.
Very impressive.
At Florida Gulf Coast University. So kind of in the same geography, right? Same line of work.
Well, is in Orlando, but yeah.
And it was awesome to see her. And she's working for a nonprofit helping those that are suffering from early onset dementia or have dementia. So for a 24-year-old, soon to be 25, I'm pretty proud of her for doing it that early in her career.
That's amazing.
Okay, I had enough of an emotional moment there.
That is good stuff. I want to talk about Brittany, though. Brittany Raines is an Army spouse, so thank you also to you for your service. A community leader and military community connector involved in organizational leadership since 2006. A mother of 6, God bless you. She is passionate about building authentic relationships, advocating for the needs of others, and filling gaps in services in the community she resides in. Brittany currently serves the community as the executive consultant for the Association of the United States Army, AUSA for short, Fort Leonard Wood, Mid-Missouri chapter. She's the program manager for Giving Tuesday Military Kindness on Route 66. We could have a whole discussion.
Yeah.
I'm going to say
Route 66 with the Inspire Up Foundation and as the current president of the Fort Wood Community Spouses Club. She has been a dedicated servant of her community wherever the Army has brought her, and as a result was named the Fort Drum and Fort Leonard Wood Army Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year in 2017 and 2022. In addition, her family was named the AUSA Family of the Year in 2020. That's pretty awesome. I've only read about that. Yes. In addition, Brittany earned a bachelor's degree in human services and a master's degree in counseling and military resiliency. She has experience working over a decade in child and family services, foster care recruitment and training, and acute critical care for children in behavioral health hospitals. She uses her experience as an advocate, military spouse, leader, and professional in various areas she has lived to be a change maker and support the community. Both of you are impressive military spouses. I'm proud to know you now for maybe all of 15 minutes so far, but
I'll tell you though, if you go to their LinkedIn pages or something and you look at their like jobs, they've got like 18 jobs each, right? And it says like the year they started to present in like in
There's
every
18
job.
of them that say to present. Yes. Well, clearly they're busy ladies.
They have nothing to do. Remember, we have nothing to do all day, and they said the same thing.
Tom has nothing to do all day. I'm very busy. But you guys are clearly giving back to the community in a big way. And I'm thankful you took time to be here with us today. So welcome. It's an honor for sure to have you both on. And you guys can tee this up however you'd like, but we always like to start giving our guest a little bit of opportunity just to tell us about Inspire Up Foundation, about your organization, to get us started.
Yeah. Okay. So when I won for Coast Guard Spouse of the Year in 2019, myself and the Army Spouse of the Year, Maria Reed, and Samantha Kamoka, who's our National Guard Spouse of the Year, we really wanted to do good. And like we do, we know that military spouses and families are all over the globe. So if we're going to affect change and spread kindness and do service, we can do it in a big way as a military community. And so that's when we started Giving Tuesday Military to be, held on Giving Tuesday. And it was essentially just a global generosity movement that we supported based on kindness, acts of service. And so when that was over, we were kind of like, man, like we don't want to stop. Like it can't just be one day. That's where the Inspire Up Foundation was born, because we want to inspire the next generation. It's not always going to be us, me, we want to be that like domino effect, if you will. And Brittany has been on board since day one. Like she killed it in drum 2 years in a row. Like it was bananas.
That's a technical term.
Yeah. COVID her second year with all the restrictions, and she was in New York. It didn't stop her. And so we asked her to come on after that to help facilitate, grow this program, the way she mentors people and invests in people just developmentally. So she leads our ambassadors and has just been incredible. So she's been around since day one. We've known her since day one we started this, but yeah, it's been a great journey. I can't believe we're 4 years old. We're getting old. It's happening.
But awesome. You're leaving your mark. You're leaving your legacy. And you're right. Generationally speaking, when I was introduced to Giving Tuesday Military by John Broda, and we did our first foray as Armed Forces Bank around Thanksgiving last year, that we were hooked and sold right from the beginning, knowing that you're doing this. And I've told you both this before, we do random acts of kindness. We do a lot of things on our military installations where we operate our banking centers, and giving back is as inspiring as the foundation for which you both work. And it's awesome to hear that inspiration from you, and you can feel it. And you can feel it when you win the awards. You can feel it when you're attending events and putting different themes in place for the program. So good work.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll get more specific around Giving Tuesday Military. This is a little bit of a sneak peek behind the curtain, right? About the themes. Because we talked about these themes that you're doing on a monthly basis. You're kind of taking it to another level. Like when we talk about Military Saves Week, or when we talked about Military Saves Month, and now it's Veteran Saves Week or Veteran Saves. But you want to take Giving Tuesday Military to beyond a day, right? You've got themes throughout the year. So do you want to talk to our audience about the themes?
So, it's sort of the same concept of why Inspire Up was born, is that we never wanted to limit this to one day. Generosity is a gift that keeps on giving. And so we've always said giving always. That's been a hashtag and our motto for a long time. And this year we decided to, as a team, to take it to the next level. And we've given that control to our ambassadors to be able to come up with their giving always. And we wanted to come as a unified front this year. And so every month we are providing sort of themes that are open-ended. So our ambassadors can do what they want with those themes and use what those mean to them in their communities and how they'll best work in their communities, because we know that everyone sort of works differently and has different resources. Yeah. So this month is like May is military May, right? I felt like it was really complicated, but giving back, and there's so many ways to do that. And so we provide those prompts, and they can take that as they're able and what resources they have in their community for them.
Yeah, it's been great. We're sharing resources, different organizations and nonprofits that are already doing stuff and giving people an opportunity to show kindness. And I'm going to be honest, Samantha and I went for a run this morning, and we decided to run the World War II Memorial here in DC where we are.
Yeah.
And there was trash everywhere. And it made us so upset that we literally spent a good, I want to say 45 minutes. And it was like five trips, armful of trash. That was kindness. That was kindness to like what this space represents and how it should be treated as hallowed ground. And so that was a great way to participate in Military May. Go clean up a memorial. There's just, like what she said, echoing it. make it your own. We like the prompts, we like the ideas, but make it your own.
Well, talk more about those themes, because you've shared with me the types of themes you've done either January, February, March, April, others, and then what's coming up maybe beyond that, because people might want to know what's coming, unless you don't know what's coming and you're sort of creating them as you go.
No, we do. We planned them out. So obviously some months have already passed. June is mental health awareness. And so again, that's very open. How do you want to serve in that way? July being 4th of July, we wanted to love on our kids, love our country. And so we're encouraging people to build backpacks for kids filled with things that maybe they necessarily wouldn't get. Not like the standard, okay, here's a plain backpack and a spiral notebook. Like go into your schools. What are the supplies? Like build the backpack for these kids that you know are in need. And we're also going to be donating American flags in those backpacks. We really want to share that love of country, like what service means, because we all know what's going on in terms of retention and recruitment. And we also know the stats on it being a generational thing. So if we teach service and we start real young, the possibilities are endless.
And that generational piece carries, I think, throughout all of our themes, our monthly themes. They are posted on our Facebook page. So if anybody wants to reference them, the whole year is planned out and they're able to go reference and sort of plan ahead. But that generational piece, everything has an element where you can take your kids with you, or that you can start in a classroom. We've really hit on teachers in the past year about how teachers and our parents are really affecting the next generation of giving with our students and our kids in our houses.
I love the story about your run this morning. Well, one, I'm impressed that you went on a run.
Oh, no, me too.
Tom and I did not run together
I'm a little
this
jealous.
morning.
Yeah.
I ran from the hailstorm in my car, which is totally different. But yeah, no, I love that. And it's, you just kind of took advantage of the opportunity that was right there in front of you. And it didn't take a lot of money and it didn't take resources out, just doing the right
kindness.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing the right thing.
We don't talk a lot about different websites that we're going to point our audience to be able to find some of these things, because you work for 18 different organizations. But so is it givingtuesdaymilitary.com or .org?
So if you go to the inspireupfoundation.org, we have a page for Giving Tuesday Military.
Okay.
That makes it easy.
We have a website. The website is givingtuesdaymilitary.com. And we created that because initially we had not pushback, but the military has to be careful what they align with. We weren't fundraising. We aren't a for-profit. So that website clearly states, hey, we just want to encourage you to do kind acts. We're going to help support you. So we still have that one. And that's how we facilitate our ideas, registration. But if folks want to see examples of past things, looking up the foundation, they'll get a lot of reference. And same thing for social media. We've got a Giving Tuesday Military everywhere. We have our Inspire Up, and we do a lot of co-branded stuff because that's the heart of who we are as a nonprofit.
Yeah, I love that. I want to talk, or have y'all talk a little bit too, about the Spark and Inspire initiatives and share with our audience about both
Who's
of those.
taking that one?
I know they both smiled when I asked. So
oh, it's cute. So
you know it's good.
Yeah, it's been modified a couple of times. So really what happened is a dear friend of ours, Brittany Bacher, had started this initiative called Discovering Your Spark. And she went around, it was backed by the USO. It was teaching this class, and both for active and veteran spouses. And we really wanted to kind of come together, both with her magic and like what we do. And that's where Spark and Inspire came up. You know, it was during the pandemic. Morale was really low. We were really trying to get creative and how we can uplift people. And so for 2 years in a row, every quarter we had a special box for 100 spouses. You could register. We had fun games. And then randomly you got a box. And then after that, it was like, okay, now it's your turn. I want you to tell us a story of someone who maybe is hurting. Maybe someone has a deployed service member. Maybe someone went through a loss or just a hard time. Tell us. And then we're going to secretly send your person some goodies. And it's coming from you. It's not this. So it's kind of evolved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of those boxes most recently where our two programs have connected is that one of our Giving Tuesday military ambassadors had a kiddo went into the emergency room and got diagnosed with cancer. And she posted on Instagram without it being an attention seeking, but I saw it immediately and sent it to the girls, and no hesitation sent her family a feel good box with just goodies and things to keep their minds off things and mama to be okay. And so that's just that piece that we come together and really help each other out.
Yeah, it's little things like that that make a big difference. People did that for our family when my husband was sick some years ago, and it's just a small something to say we're thinking about you and we care. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hit a milestone recently with the number of boxes sent?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Probably hit it, passed it, and hit another one.
So we did the Spark and Inspire. Like each year we were doing the 100. We've had special boxes pop up, like when they identified over 500 airmen that were at risk for suicides. We partnered with a bunch of organizations and facilitated 500 boxes. I mean, we're over 1,000. I know we're over 1,000, but at this point now it's just, we're continuing where it's like a nomination process, but in 4 years, over 1,000 boxes it's been, and you kind of touched on it. It's those little things. And while technology is beautiful, like what it affords us, the connection, especially as military families, to still communicate with our at-home families, we kind of lost that putting a note in the mail, picking up the phone and calling someone because we're all so busy. So this is a way to say, hey, like we see you. No, this box isn't going to fix everything that's going on, but it's going to help put you in a frame of mind and a perspective to know you aren't alone. And we're right here with you, arms linked, even when we're 3,000 miles away or whatever the distance is.
Yep. That is kind of a lost art. I agree.
We're bringing it back.
Yes, I like it. Just more personal.
Speaking of bringing back some hardware for all of your Military Spouse of the Year award, because you've won it a couple times, right?
Yep, 2 times for her. I won for Coast Guard. And so that's another reason why we come back every year to this, as alumni, to mentor the new spouses, to help them with their initiatives, to everything that I've done personally since 2019 has been connected to this program, whether it was a conversation, whether it was sitting at a table, and not to like, woe is me, but Coast Guard tends to kind of be the redheaded stepchild over to the side. And so that completely changed. I mean, I've been able to impact policy, how we do things going forward, and that would have never happened. So it's life-changing.
Yeah. And coming back to this, we're passing the torch. So like one of my good friends, like we're nominating the next generation, the next people that are coming up behind us, and pulling them up and giving them a platform and giving them opportunities and resources that they might not have otherwise. So like I'm here as an alumni this year, but I brought the Fort Leonard Wood Spouse of the Year winner with me. And so I got to pin her just like an hour ago, got to pin her as the next soy for the base. And so, yeah, that's pretty special.
That is awesome. It's like another act of kind. You're paying it forward, you know?
I know.
Love it.
It is such a small world with the Spouse of the Year. So I know we were very familiar with Armed Forces Insurance. That's been running that program for many years now. Monica Bassett, you may know that name, right?
Our girl.
So kind of like right in your backyard at Leonard Wood. Yeah. With Stronghold. And
yeah,
you know what? That committee does a darn good job picking winners for that, because I mean, there's a lot of great spouses out there doing great work, but the things that some of you have accomplished and continue to do, it's awesome to talk about all the great work you're doing. But taking that a step further, you've kind of answered this, both of you, but how does it help you going forward beside the mentoring of future spouses of the year? Are you using this award as an opportunity to showcase your organizations or help you do other things?
I mean, I don't know that I will say sometimes it gets your foot in the door. Like I left, like on my email title, it says Coast Guard Spouse of the Year. And sometimes that is a thing maybe that adds like legitimacy. And I know she could probably speak on this too, but sometimes as military spouses, we're always counted as the plus one, or there's assumptions made. And so it lends a little bit of credibility that, hey, like we put some work in, we're strong advocates in our space. Like it gives that opportunity. I don't necessarily use it now. I think it was a really, really good starting point for that first year to figure out who I was going to be. And that's really what I spent my year doing.
And I think we use it in our work in that they've come back and now help us from behind, like them as the people at AFI lean into us a little bit and they support Giving Tuesday Military, or they provide others Inspire Up Foundation as a resource. And so they're sort of giving back to us now in some ways, that because we're part of the program.
Got it. Well said.
It's funny how the military community and the military spouse community, it's large yet very small and close knit all at the same time. So I kind of got to know. I mean, I don't know if Tom actually counted on your LinkedIn that you have 18 jobs, but I'm going to take his word for it. So with all of that going on, so I know y'all are at an event in DC as you're talking to us today, but what's is there such a thing as a normal day in the life of Jessica and Brittany?
Oh, geez. I mean, I think at the...
She said no.
My Midwest was showing right there. Did you like that whole geez?
Yeah. I knew what you meant.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, we're still wives and we're still moms. And my regular normal day really revolves around our family life and sometimes the Army, I guess, but a lot of it is just running our households and staying on top of work. It's sort of the same day to day, maybe just a little busier because our plates, I talk all the time about, we have lots of things on our plates, but I try not to let people compare that because my plate's just bigger and I know what I can balance on that plate. And so a normal day would be comparable to other people's because I'm able to balance all of that work and some of those extras and along with my day-to-day world with my kids and everything. But
I think she probably would agree with this. I think the military prepared us for balancing and being prepared for anything. Go Coast Guard, always ready. I'm just going to put that. But I don't know that either one of us could do a standard 9 to 5 where we were in a cubicle and that's all we did.
Yeah.
That's just,
you say no.
I have too many ideas and things. And we do prioritize our family. And I think we've gotten really good, especially as we've evolved this nonprofit, of setting boundaries and learning to say no and what we can take on and what we can't. I personally, because I love the mix of everything, I only practice therapy 4 days a week. And that 5th day is for my writing projects. It's for what Inspire Up needs for me that's not emergent that I will address at other times. And as for the other things I do, because I do have multiple jobs. Like my husband hates tax season because as an independent contractor, yeah.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah. But it's our plates are our plates. Some people, I heard this quote, some people's cups are just a little bigger. Some are a little smaller. We have to give grace. Whatever it is that people can accomplish and what they can do, that's enough. We're enough, and I think we've gotten good at figuring out what our cups and plates look like.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. I've always said that I look at my life and there's like
your cup runneth over.
My cup runneth over, but you have all these different plates that are spinning. And as long as at least a couple of them aren't wobbling, I'm good, right? So you can run from one to the next. And I do think the military prepares you for that as a spouse for sure.
What do you want to tell our audience about supporting Inspire Up or supporting Giving Tuesday Military? Are there volunteer opportunities? Should they go to one of those 2 websites you referenced, or at least Inspire Up Foundation's website, sign up for a newsletter to get more information? Just, I guess, talk to me like I'm a 3-year-old, like I don't know anything about it. And how can people volunteer or support you?
Well, 2 things. So if you donate, that's amazing because that allows us to continue and we will stretch that quarter like you don't even know. So there's no amount that's not small enough. We actually have a really cute e-shop where you can buy t-shirts and stuff and it's a straight donation. So that's one.
Right.
Number 2, our biggest volunteer opportunity really is Giving Tuesday Military. Not only do we have the websites, but we actually have a Facebook group. It's got, I guess, like 3,000 some odd people in it. And we post opportunities there. And one of the things that we're starting to do as an Inspire Up nonprofit, that side, is we're starting to target and find people who want to do things on base that are it's going to be like, okay, we trust you as an ambassador. You're going to host a spouse event. Every single event that we have, regardless of what it is, there is always a service project. Giving Tuesday Military is always involved. And so we're going to shower you in love. Thank you for what you do. Come have a great time. And we're also going to be sitting here making blessing bags for homeless veterans that are attached to the VA system. We're giving them opportunity. And for me as a mental health professional and her too, we know that a sense of belonging helps with loneliness. It helps with mental health. And when you go and you serve, you're going to feel better, right? And so it's an opportunity to have healthy coping strategies. So it just kind of tackles all of the issues that we face as a community.
And we're on a mission this year for Giving Tuesday Military to get an ambassador in all 50 states. It's her mission. No, it's both of our missions, but we're trying to get one in all 50 states and we miss it by just a handful every year. And so you can have more than one in each state. That it's really simple, but you can go to our website to sign up as an ambassador, the givingtuesdaymilitary.com. But we're just trying to get a representative in each state so that we can really show and extend that giving. Yeah. And we're early in our season, so to speak. And so as we get rolling closer to Giving Tuesday Military, we will give guidance and really reach out and make sure that everybody's equipped to move forward. And if they have any questions, they can get a hold of us anytime.
You've only been around, 4 years with Giving Tuesday Military, right?
We're in 6 this year.
6 year. Okay.
We did 5 last year.
But to miss it by just a few states, that's pretty good testament to how well you've socialized.
It's broad reach.
This business. Yeah.
And probably more than one in many states, I would have to guess.
Yeah.
And I feel like we maybe have them places, but we have one of the balancing acts that we have is we have lots of people who want to do the work, but don't want to publicize it. And so we have a lot of conversations of signing up and putting your name to it isn't boasting, and taking pictures and posting it on social media, because that's sort of how we count those acts of kindness and really share our story, is that it's just that it's sharing your story and it's that ripple effect. So if somebody maybe sees that you're building a blessing bag, they can say, I can do that too. And then they'll go do it. So it's less about being boasting and showing off what you're doing, but more about like, we want you to join us and this can be bigger than us. So we battle that. So it's possible, it's likely that we have all 50 states, and we're just trying to get everybody out there to share what they're doing and tell their story with us.
Well, you never know who'll see that picture and be inspired, like you said, to go do the next great act of kindness, right? And it does. I mean, you're so right. It does make you feel good, feel a certain way to be a part of that. And I've always found that it's like context and perspective for your own life, right? So you think, wow, I've had a bad day or something, and you go and you participate in an event like that. It's like, okay, my day in perspective is fine. Yeah. And this is way more important than any silly thing that happened.
You also just wonder how many acts of kindness are never shared with somebody, right? They just do it because they don't want the recognition or the acknowledgement.
That's the nature of that kind of folks, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, and so much of that too, like what Jess and Sam did this morning, where it's just second nature. So many people truly show kindness without realizing it. And so lots of people are picking up trash. Lots of people are sending kind notes in the mail. Those things aren't new, but we're just asking it to be brought to light, and so that we can show it off a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the world could use more of it for sure. So let's see how good your crystal ball skills are, right? So fast forward 5 years from now, what do you see as your vision, your milestones, your successes? What does that story look like that you're painting?
I would love for Giving Tuesday Military specifically to be a core volunteer opportunity at every single base that has our armed forces. Like I would love, I'm speaking on the Coast Guard, the Chief Petty Officers Association, they do things all year long in their community. And I would love that, okay, it's Giving Tuesday. This is what we're going to do. We're going to get together. We're going to make a difference. It really just, that would be huge for me. Like just have it be second nature. And I think we're doing a good job of telling the story and getting more involvement. But yeah, I would love that.
That's awesome. I think if I was going to bet, I'd bet on them to pull that off. Somebody in all 50 states, and definitely just being part of the fiber of that for sure.
I wonder if they've ever had a down day. No.
Not that they're going to talk about what we're recording.
We should put this on video so we can show their expression on that.
Tom would like to tell you about his down days.
No, it's true. I have them. And I think that's the beauty of our community is we look out for each other, right? Like me personally, like as a therapist, like I have my patients say often, oh, you just have all the answers. Oh, you just whatever. And I will say, I yell at my kids sometimes too. I have to start over. I am not as kind to my friends because I'm in whatever I'm in, but they're going to love me through it. And that's the beauty of relationships. I think that's the beauty of the military experience. We'll hear all the hardships that we face, and we do. There are issues. But when I think of my closest friends, the people I can count on, they don't even live anywhere near me.
Yep.
So I definitely have down days, but like I know who I can go to, and like they're my people.
Well, and I think that the secret behind Giving Tuesday Military's growth and Inspire Up Foundations, that people know who we are, is our relationship building and that we're human. So we make connections just like this all the time. And we sit down and have genuine conversations. And whether that's through us having a bad day or there's someone seeing a social media post about us, or that we're human and we make those connections in all shapes and sizes. And that draws people in because it's a real grassroots effort.
Yeah, we don't not go through things. And I'm going to be honest with you. There was our year. So we launched officially the Inspire Up Foundation in April of 2020. What was going on?
Yeah.
We had to pivot and create things. And every year something has happened. One of our founders lost a father-in-law and a mother. Then another founder was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. We walked that journey. And then one of she's not on our board anymore. She's still a founder and very involved. She is now walking through breast cancer. So like but we share that openly. We are very vulnerable. very transparent. Like, I think conversation is where goodness happens. Being honest and having that transparency. Yeah.
It definitely makes it easy to connect to you for sure.
Rumor has it that someone was on the Kelly Clarkson show.
She was most recent.
I was going to say, we've both been on the Kelly Clarkson show.
Yeah.
But mine was most recently.
She was hanging out with Kevin Bacon. I'm nowhere near.
You're going to give
Whoa.
Tom fits. Tom is like a entertainment industry stalker.
That's a great way.
That's the nicest way I could say it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Super jealous, aren't you?
you were first? Jessica,
Yeah.
were you first?
Yeah.
Right?
Wild.
She's supported, that show has supported Giving Tuesday Military every year since it's been in inception.
What was the connection and why Kelly Clarkson? Is she inspired by the military?
So what happened is we launched Giving Tuesday Military on September 15th, 2019. And the group that we created, within like days, we had over 3,000 people. And whoever monitors, one of the producers found us. And we nurture relationships. And I nurtured that relationship with that producer. And I teach this often, especially here with these new leaders that are coming in. Give 4 times before you ask. So yes, thank you for bringing me on the show. You guys uplifted this movement like we never could. But then every time you need a military story, I got you.
Nice.
You need, like, whatever it is. So it's back and forth. I can't tell you how many times I'll get a text and this is what we're looking for. Do you have people in this area? Can you do this? That's what it's all about. Okay. So then when it comes close to 2 months out of Giving Tuesday, I'm like, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what we're supporting. Is this something that Kelly would want to get behind? And we've just been lucky enough that she has.
I got to keep going.
He wants to go with
I
you
keep
next
thinking
time.
about Kevin Bacon doing Footloose, and then in the background, you got like Kelly Clarkson saying, "Since you've been gone," right? To Kevin.
That was a dream.
Yeah, Tom's about to invite himself next year.
I'm sure
Brace for it.
that producer's cell phone number is what?
Yes, blocked by.
I've got a story
You're
about
blocked.
military. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll think of something.
You got my 6 and my yes.
So yeah, let's talk about May, shall we, Tom? Let's talk about May and Military Appreciation Month. What do y'all got cooking up for Military Appreciation Month? I suspect it's a interesting list.
We got a lot of, like, just with it being the theme, we're going to be showcasing a lot of things. We have an event actually coming up in 2 days, Military Spouse Appreciation Day, and we are hosting 50 spouses. And this goes back to relationships. Last year, they walked away with over $500 worth of stuff each. Like, we showered them. We had a service project. We worked with Fisher House last year. This year, we partnered with Soldiers Angels. They're going to come speak, talk about what they do, which most people don't realize. They do a lot in our VA, a lot. And they do a lot for caregivers. And so we're going to be hosting or building blessing bags, and they're going to deliver them to these veterans that are at risk or are living without a home. And so that's our big event for the month. And then it's really, we're going to pick up trash. We're going to showcase this nonprofit. Memorial Day is coming. And so telling the stories of our fallen, educating not just the people that follow us, but hopefully people maybe who don't have any military connection, who don't understand the significance of that day. And so, I mean, it's really just everything.
Yeah. And I think what inspired besides Memorial Day and this being kind of a military recognized month, but what we talked about for our giving back this month, our theme was recruiters and sort of recognizing those that are not at military bases, that are sort of living on an island in the military community, which nobody really realizes how many people they're on their own. They get sent as a recruiting command, they're National Guard, they're dispersed. And so really sort of pushing out our efforts to those in those communities to go to recruiting offices that don't have a military community around them, and making sure they're recognized, and maybe their spouses are thanked this week because it's Military Spouse Appreciation Month and they're not any less because they're not on a base. So yeah, really pushing that effort out.
That's super cool. My husband was in recruiting command,
right?
For probably 6+ years as he worked towards retirement. But yeah, when you're a military spouse in recruiting command, you're just kind of I mean, there's maybe 3 or 4 families in your station and that's it. Yeah, no, that's awesome that y'all are doing that. That's thoughtful.
This is a tough question. Next one coming up. We talked about earlier about a story or two when I first met the two of you. Is there a story or two that stands out as you've been down this journey, walking the Inspire Up Foundation, walking with Giving Tuesday Military? working with AUSA, because I think somebody has some recognition as being AUSA Volunteer Family of the Year too, something like that. I mean, the accolades, I feel like we need some background music, Dale, that has all these little celebratory cheers and ringing of bells and all that, because it's all they get is hardware and recognition for all that they do.
Mm.
Dale's going to get on that.
So, yeah, is there one story or two where like either your heartstrings or you just like, that was so cool?
Yeah, I have one. So for me, and she's going to laugh when I say this, I am very excitable. I have lots of ideas. I want to do all the things.
That's a word. That is a word for her.
Yeah.
By Thursday. Yep.
I can't contain myself. It's just a whole thing. And so we started this nonprofit, had these big goals, and you push, and it's just, you envision these big things. And I had a very good friend of mine, a Gold Star spouse, Krista Simpson-Anderson. And she looked at me and she said, if Inspire Up closed its doors today, does that mean everything you already did is worthless? And that was at an event where just hours later, a spouse came up to us and told us that she was thinking about ending her life. And this event, this community shifted perspective. Here we are years later. She's written a book. She's thriving. And so I think for me, that was a reminder that even a little bit is always enough, right? And Sam always says, we're creating the world that our children already believe exists. And it really talks about like the innocent child absent of trauma, how they grow up thinking this world is just so beautiful and just the eyes through a child, and like, why not build that? So like, that's my story that I always go to. That's my why. And it kind of, it inspires everything I do.
Yeah. I think we talk those accolades. First of all, neither one of us, nothing we do ever, we don't seek that out, but Giving Tuesday Military was a huge piece of that AUSA award for our family. I grew up in small town Montana, and everything that I've ever been taught as a kid is that we give the shirt off our back for the next person if they needed it. And so this is a lifestyle for me. Kindness is not something that we have to try hard for, and it's something I teach my kids. So one of my favorite stories is that we have this little program called the Warm Up Project. We started it in Alaska and continued it on in New York. And we do it a little bit still in Missouri for kind of some Route 66, but we just collect scarves. They can be used or new, and hats. And we put a tag on them that says, I'm not lost. I'm here just for you. If you need me, please take me. And then it just has a hashtag on it, hoping that maybe we can follow but I always had to teach my kids about blind kindness, right? And blind giving, because that's one of those that you can go work at a soup kitchen and you see maybe a spark because they got some food. But this one, you go hang them up and you don't ever get to see the recipient, and we don't get to decide who needed that day. And we need to be okay with that. And so one day in New York, we went and put them out all over. And this is me and my husband and 6. They were tiny too. It's just little kids running around with a bunch of hats. And we parked around the block. So we got in our car and had to drive on a one-way street. So we looped us back around and we watched one of the scarves being taken. It was purple. I don't know why I remember that. And that's the only time we've ever seen one being taken. And it was just cool so that my kids could see that connection, that they saw what we were doing was worth it, and that somebody truly needed what we were doing. So that's my story.
Love it. That's a visual image that you probably carry around, I'm sure.
It's like Purple Heart.
Yes.
By the way, I want your best inspirational quote. I'm putting you on the spot. Do you have like a favorite quote?
Mine's from Dumbo. I'm also obsessed.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. What holds you down will eventually pull you up, up, up. And, it's just, it's something that we're all going to have low moments. There is no perfect person in the world that can navigate life stressors and things that are thrown at us and do it without faltering, right? And so I love that quote, because it's like, yeah, we're down, but we're gonna go up. And maybe what I went through here was to help someone else. And I'm all about turning pain into purpose. So for me, that's my favorite quote.
I had to cheat because I feel like I'll mess it up because you put me on the spot. But
yes.
Martin Luther King Jr. And it's on, Tom's already looked at my LinkedIn. It's on all my social media because I love the reminder, but that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? I just think that constant reminder of everything you do has a ripple effect, and everything that you touch you can impact that. So
I like both of those.
I know. Let me give you a couple. Let me give you a couple of my favorite because I want to add value in your life too, like you do with our audience. Okay, you ready? Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud. Don't count the days, make the days count.
Yes.
There's no better compass than compassion. And here's my favorite one. I use this one when I worked at Walmart because it was from Helen Walton. It's not what you gather, but what you scatter that tells what kind of life you have lived.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, you want that one? I'll send them to you offline. So Jodi's got an inspirational quote too.
I don't.
I look forward to ending this relationship as a co-host with Tom McLean.
That's the way.
Jodi Vickery made
vision. That's different than a quote. I'm kidding. I love Tom. Yeah. I don't know if I have one on the spot.
All right. Tune in next episode.
I know. That'll be my homework assignment.
Cheers.
Most of mine are probably sports related. So, yeah. So as we wind down our conversation, I had to write down my homework assignment. Are there things that we haven't thought to scratch the surface and ask you about regarding the foundation?
If not, we know the website, right? What's the website?
InspireUpFoundation.org. Invite everybody to go there, donate as you're able, get involved, be engaged, fill one of the 50 state holes if there is one. Yeah.
Put a couple purple sweaters out. You never know who you might be benefiting.
Scarf, sweater.
Sweater, scarf, hats. Oh, by the way, is Alaska warmer than Fort Drum? That's really the question.
Ooh.
Depends on where you are.
Depends on what day. That's
I was gonna say, we were in Anchorage, so they're probably pretty similar, but Fort Drum has way more snow.
You know, when Fort Drum gets like 36 inches in a day, it's like, oh, that's just a flurry.
Yeah, it's a lot.
They treat it like it's just normal.
Yeah.
Also, my husband left for something military related every time it did that.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to shovel all the snow.
Yes. But see, if you're like me, I always took pictures of it and made sure.
Made him feel bad? Yeah, every time.
A little bit. Yeah.
Shoveling, does that build character?
No, actually. Just builds up
raking
the sled.
leaves does. That's right.
It does make my back hurt, but it's fine.
I have many a picture standing on a mountain of snow.
I'm surprised he hasn't referenced our matching Giving Tuesday military. There's no way he didn't see that on our social media.
Whoa.
I did not see that.
We need to make this in video / audio.
I know. Super cool.
That is cool.
Matching Giving Tuesday tats.
And we're the only ones that have them, even under Giving Tuesday, like international, global. We're the only ones who have permanently.
You're committed at this point.
Those aren't washable?
No, 2021. Yeah, we got them in Fort Leonard Wood.
That's awesome. No, Tom, we're not getting militarily speaking tattoos.
That's a great idea.
No, it's not.
She's like, why did I say that?
I know. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate it.
Kelly Clarkson, Kevin Bacon, and matching tattoos.
Yes. I mean, best podcast ever.
That's a trifecta of joy there.
Yeah, I think I'd be afraid.
Yeah.
Clarkson, Bacon, and tats. And I'd be like, what are Tom and Jodi up to? There's no telling, really. Well, I've loved learning about your organization. It's been a joy to have y'all on. I appreciate you making time. We do want to ask if you'd stick around for just a second so we can play our military minute game.
Well, we know they get inspired by our podcast. So they have listened to all 55 of them that have been out there because they're really quick, right? It's a commute to work and you can listen to a podcast episode. So let's play the military minute, shall we, Jodi?
So this first question, y'all can answer if you know the answer. I didn't. Tom had to give it to me. But our last military minute on our last episode was a question about our guest from the Bob Woodruff Foundation. And we asked, where did the term "got your six" originate? Like an era, a time.
Where or when?
When.
So
when.
This
an era, a time.
So
point of reference.
You can answer this question if you know it, and we won't. If you get it wrong, it's not a big deal because who could not care less if you get it right or wrong?
That feels like Vietnam area, but maybe I'm wrong. Am I wrong?
Is that your final answer?
I am going to go with that Vietnam era.
What's the answer, Jodi?
According to Tom, it is I'm sure you consulted Google. It is World War I, actually.
Oh, dang!
Older. I know. Yeah. I love that phrase, though. I got your six. I love it.
No.
So if you answered World War I when we dropped our last episode, watch for your name to be posted as.
Friend.
Oh,
Okay,
look at-
audience, you can't see this. They literally just held up a T-shirt that said "Got Your Six." That is
Ugh.
like
Mhm.
that doesn't just happen.
Let me give you my mailing address. You ready?
Is that your e-shop?
We can send you one. We know a person.
Oh, I'm like, is that in the e-shop? We're
Yes.
going shopping after
Send
this.
the autographed photo of Kelly Clarkson attached to the Got Your Six.
Yes.
All right.
And a
So
stencil for your tattooed art.
I'm going to get a Kelly Clarkson tattoo. So this is a good question coming up.
Yes. So this week's Military Minute can answer it.
They know the answer because
Oh
they
yeah.
spent
So then
much
you
time with her.
definitely
so don't
can answer it. So this
One
one's
more
for
answer.
this one's for our audience. Let's see. This about Kelly Clarkson. At what pizza establishment did Kelly Clarkson work before eventually winning the first season of American Idol in 2002? Silence. Nobody answered. I have eaten maybe at this pizza establishment.
Oh,
So-
stop giving it away. They know you eat it, blah, blah, blah.
Yes, just
So-
go look at my front porch.
Again, don't answer it out loud, but give me a thumbs up if you know the answer to that. At what pizza
Ooh,
establishment?
Stumper.
You don't know that?
Okay,
Text-
good. That's a good question.
Text the producer, dude,
Yeah.
and get an answer. But you're
Well,
not
if you
eligible.
know-
Yeah.
Or if you answered last podcast episodes correctly, you could be selected to be our winner for the week. And that would give you $50 for yourself and $50 to a charity of your choice. I know just the place, InspireUpFoundation.org.
And by the way, when she said she can stretch a quarter, just think
I
what
know.
she could do with $50.
How many quarters is in $50?
I'm going to go with 200.
Well played.
All right.
Well
Cool.
played.
I'm in the banking business
Math
for a
is
reason.
hard.
That's it. Yep.
It's hard.
Super hard. It's all you, Tom.
Thanks again to our guest, right,
Yes.
Jodi?
Yes.
All right. So if
This was fun.
you enjoyed today's episode as much as Dale did, go out to afbank.com and subscribe to the show. Also, make sure to rate us. Leave us a comment on your favorite podcast platform, such as Apple Podcast, Spotify, and guess what, Jessica and Brittany, we're on YouTube as well. Did you know that?
I did
Did not.
not.
I
All right.
didn't.
Oh,
We talked about it before.
did we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did know that.
Well, one of you is not on episode 1 yet.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Tom's
so
a
when you start.
celebrity in his own mind. Walk of Fame. Well, it has been a treat to get to know y'all today. And thank you. I know you're very busy right now on what you're doing there in DC. So thank you for carving out some time for us.
Thank you for inviting us.
All right, ladies.
It's
Thank
been
you
a
very
treat.
much.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Copyright Armed Forces Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All non-Armed Forces Bank owned apps, websites, company names, and product names are trademarks or registered trademarks of their respective owners. Their mention does not imply any affiliation with or endorsement by Armed Forces Bank of them or their products and services. They are merely used as examples of the many available apps, companies, and websites that offer similar services. Before using any app or website, you should carefully review the terms of use, data collection, and privacy policy. Apps may have an initial cost or in-application purchase features. This information is general in nature and is not intended to be legal, tax, or financial advice. Although Armed Forces Bank believes this information to be accurate, it cannot ensure that it could change. Statements or opinions of individuals referenced herein are their own, not Armed Forces Bank. Consult an appropriate professional concerning your specific situation and respective governing bodies for applicable laws, such as IRS.gov for current tax law. Armed Forces Bank, the Armed Forces Bank logo, and the Militarily Speaking logo are registered trademarks of Armed Forces Bank.